Hello, it's January 8th, 2008. My name is Noah Weil, and welcome to the first ever limited information video walkthrough. I'm pretty excited to bring this one to you. We're in a triple Lorwyn 8.4 draft, and right off the bat, austere command, staring back at us, a fine rare. Wrath of God effects are pretty good in tribal formats, I'm told, and this one is above average for Wrath of God effects in blocks. Marsh Flitter's a fine card, Ether Snipe's a fine card, Tarfire's good, but none of these compare to just a Wrath of God right off the bat. White is not my favorite color to draft in this format, but it's definitely viable, and knowing we have austere command will definitely affect our picks down the road. We'll build different white decks than perhaps we would normally, but regardless, it goes in the pile. A happy first pick. What do we follow austere command up with? Well, let's see what we got. We have Kithkin Caller for the aggressive green-white deck. Harrier as just another card on color. Some red cards are solid. Worn Pilferer is a card I'm pretty fond of, but I don't really like white-black as a combination very much, and not really any other cards of note. It's an interesting call. I kind of like Pilferers here, not so much because I like white-black, as I've said I don't, but just because it splashes well, and it goes into Wrath of God decks pretty well, because you can, clear things out and then recover better than your opponent. Harrier's legitimate, but it's also possible we don't play white. Passing the Harrier certainly doesn't send anybody a strong signal to go white. This pack's overall pretty weak, but I think just taking Pilferers here as the strongest card is the way to go. And looking at Weed Strangle, Woodland Changeling, Footbound Feast, a Vivid Land, a Giant. These are all okay cards, nothing too impressive. I haven't been too impressed with the packs here so far. Out of these cards, it's a close call. Nothing is really standing out. Woodland Changeling is a little too soon to go into a third color, and not for a 2/2 body, even though I like that guy a lot. Likewise, the black is okay. I would take Footbottom Feast here over the Weed Strangle just to keep the splash potential open. Vivid Land is alluring me just because I don't want to draft white-black, and Vivid Land helps a white-blue deck perform well. Probably the card I'm going to take, actually. I don't mind passing Footbound Feast or Weed Strangle. They're cards that are available for you later if you really want them. Vivid Creek, it's got potential. It might not be the most exciting third pick, but it keeps our options open, which I like right now. Alright, Pestermite's a stronger card than we've seen so far. Knucklebone Witch for the Goblin Tribe, Stink Drinker for the Giant Tribe, and some random normal stuff. I'm looking at Pestermite here. I do like white-blue. I don't think Knucklebone Witch is a card here. That would pretty much guarantee we lose austere command, and I don't see a reason to do that, even though we haven't seen much white, and it is possible we'll lose the command. Pestermite is just a really strong card. It also splashes pretty well. Whatever combination we go with, if we took a Giant the last pack, Stink Drinker here would be very welcome, but I don't mind that we didn't, and I don't mind taking Pestermite here. Well, from the blue side, Whirlpool Whelm. From the white side, Balloonist. And that's pretty much it. Another middling Kithkin Caller. Wild Ricochet is okay, but not worth taking at this point. Between the Whelm and the Balloonist, I'm happy with Whelm. Cutoff Blue is just fine for me. Balloonist is fine, card, but it's not super exciting, and we really haven't seen a lot of white to guarantee the command's going to make the deck. Whelm is a great card with Pestermite, great card with Worn Pilferer, is just really solid overall. Thieving Sprite, good card in the Fairy Tribe, of course, but it's no Whirlpool Whelm. And it looks like blue is the color to be in. Here we got Stonebrook Angler, Steambed Aquatex, another Thieving Sprite. Still haven't seen much white or black. Or green for that matter, and some more Giant stuff. Well, the person on our left I'm sure will appreciate getting Hearthcade's Giant and a couple String Drinker Devils. We'll watch out for him later. I think my pick here is between Stonybrook Angler and Steambed Aquatex, and I'm leaning towards the Angler. I think the card is pretty good. I like Aquatex a lot. It's a great defensive card. It goes really well in core Merfolk decks, but the Angler, I'm happy to have one. I want one in the deck. Almost any deck I play, and Aquatex can sometimes have awkward mana, or just not the positive effect you're looking for. It's Angler today. Alright, Wanderer's Twig, Lissalana's Scarblade, Glimmerdust Nap, nothing here is that exciting. I'm kind of leaning towards Twig, just a card we know we can play if we want to. Sherman Grotto's reasonable for pretty much the same purposes, just spoon out the mana, whatever colors we end up going. But I'm happy with the Twig. It looks like our deck could have some pricey stuff, and it fits the curve. I mean, it's not a great card by any means, but this pack's not good either. The Boggart Loggers, but we got a Silvergill Adept, a nice 8th pick. Have enough Merfolk to make it worth it. Perhaps the Aquatex look a little better now, but I'm okay with the Angler and the Adept. Really nothing better here at all. And there's some green now, but it's still not worth jumping into at this point. We don't really know what colors we're going to be, but I doubt green's going to be a function of it. Possible, I doubt it. The question is, what do we take otherwise? It's probably going to be Quillslinger Boggart, a weak card. It's a sideboard card at best usually, but it could make the deck, and it's really better than anything else here. The same Morncaller, again, a gift to whoever wants it. Captivating Glance, not the worst card in the world. I've seen it used a decent effect, not great, but decent. Probably going to be Glimmerdust Nap. This card I'm really not fond of at all. There's a lot of ways to defeat it, but at least we have Stonebrook Angler to perhaps turn it on more reliably. Not a great card, hope we don't have to play it, but it's passable. Springleaf Drum, probably the card we're going to take here. Still don't know what colors we are, aside from blue, but the drum fits into blue decks pretty well. I like it a little better than Ego Erasure, which is good anti-champion tech, but the drum's just a little more consistent. I think it's close. Hoarder's Greed is adequate, assuming we play blue-black. I'm just going to take this guy. I don't like looking at him. An Oaken Brawler is okay for a white card. It's a close call. I'll just take the Brawler, just because it's a guy. Guys aren't bad. And here we'll take Face Vaulter, I suppose, to knock down that Knucklebone, which we passed. And the Tide Chamber Mystic, actually kind of nice to get this late. And Soaring Hope, which we're going to hide right away, even though the art is pretty special.